We are here on The Native with Ulrich Gaede. It is September 21st and Leah is interviewing. So can you start just by telling us a little bit about your duties here on the boat?
On the Native?
Yes.
Basically, I am the commentator.
Mm-hmm.
I do all the commentary, tell people about what's going on the river.
Mm-hmm.
Also any other deckhand duties and emergency duties, things like that.
Okay.
But mostly the commentator.
Yes.
I jump off the boat and tie it up if I need to.
Perfect. Do you work on other ships on the waterfront?
I do on the other boat that we have on the river here, the Beta Star. This is our sister ship. And just general, when I'm not doing this, I'm also I can't say shipwright, but I repair yachts. Mm-hmm. Do yacht repair.
Perfect. And are your duties similar on the Beta Star?
On the Beta Star, the same. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. And how long have you been working for this company?
I've been working on the Beta Star. I started in 1990, and on and off I've been working for these guys ever since.
So how have things changed since you first started working?
On the river or with the company?
With the company.
The company? Not much. Everything is basically the same. We do a lot of the same trips. When I started working for Fred Whitford, that was the other company, the Starline Tours, and we now lease the Beta Star from them. It was a different boat, and we used to be able to go down from New West. We were always based in New Westminster. We'd go down to Steveston. We'd go up to Pitt Lake. We'd go down to where the River Rock Casino is right now. There was a market there on the north arm of the Fraser River. So that's different. We don't do that anymore. So otherwise, it's all charters and things like that.
All right. So going back to the other question, then, how have things changed on the waterfront?
On the waterfront, you don't see as much wood in the water. You don't see quite as much industry on the waterfront. A lot of mills have closed. There certainly isn't as much fishing. Mm-hmm. The commercial fishermen don't get more than 1 day or 2 days a year these days. If they're lucky, they get more. But the commercial fishing on the Fraser River has gone down. We used to be able to see every year, all these guys fishing with their gillnet boats. Things like we're just coming towards this, and right now there's a big bridge that's being built. We see the infrastructure has changed. You watch things on the shoreline. Things disappear. Things appear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More of them.
Oh, yeah. So how did you get started working for this company?
I live in a little place called Finn's Slough on the Fraser River, and I have a neighbor. He's passed now, but his name was Captain Bill Harvey, and Captain Bill was working for Fred Whitford in his driving the boats, and I had just quit driving a taxi, and I wanted a little holiday, but then about 2 weeks later, Captain Bill came down the path and said, Ulrich, we need a deckhand for today, just for today, and just come on down and give us a hand today, and we'll see what happens. And I've been working here ever since. So
perfect.
So it was a nice thing.
So tell us.
I enjoy this. Yeah.
Good. So tell us about your work week.
These days, there's not as much as there used to be. I might get. Usually in the summertime, there's 3 or 4 days that the boats go out. I generally work on the other boat, but I do this job also. On the Beta Star, basically twice a week they try to go to Pitt Lake.
Okay.
So that starts in the morning. It's a 6-hour trip. It's a great trip. It goes all the way up to Pitt Lake, in the middle of Pitt Lake. And there's Indian pictographs and waterfalls and things like that to look at. Talk to the people and tell them all about the history and the geology and whatever's working on the river. I'm sort of a hands-on kind of guy, and I can sort of figure out what's going on by looking at it. So and I like to talk about the industry and the way things have changed. I've got a question here. What's the question? I don't know. What's your question? You remember the question?
Who's driving the boat?
Who is driving the boat? Well, that's Captain Doug. Captain Doug. Remember the guy with the white beard when he came down the stairs? That's Captain Doug. He's up there right now driving. And once I'm done with this, I'll take you up there to visit him for a couple of minutes, all right? All right. All right, I'll come and get you. Okay.
So you work on the Beta Star 2 days a week, and then here 2 days a week?
2 or 3 days
Two
a
or
week.
three, okay.
And there's nothing that's written in stone, so it's I might be here 2 days, might be there 3 or 4 days. So yeah, we go up to Pitt Lake, we go down to Steveston, and that's the 2 main trips that we do on that boat. And that's because it's a little faster boat, and you can get up and down the river faster.
Right. So how did you train for this job? I heard you giving some history, and you seem to know what the turkey vulture is.
I'm self-taught. I'm a high school
great.
dropout. I had 2 weeks of grade 10. I don't think I learned anything during those 2 weeks. And I'm self-taught. I just look things up, and if there's something new, I go to the internet or I read a book about it. Also, training on the safety aspect of things. Taking the MED 1 course, and that's a course that the Coast Guard gives.
Oh, okay, good. And so when you started here, you were basically told. I mean, how did you get into commentating then?
Well, they said tell people about what you see, and that's what I did. It didn't take much.
Yeah.
I'm sort of, willing to talk about anything and make stories up, but usually it's true. But like I said, I can look at something and talk about it.
And how do you feel you fit in with your coworkers? Do you have strong relationships here on the ship?
Yeah, I'm a pretty antisocial sort in the long run, but we do have a good relationship. Every year we go out for a company picnic or whatever it is, and when I see them, it's great. I don't have that much contact with them out of off the job, but everybody's really friendly. They're great people to work with. It's a fantastic place to work. Yeah.
That's excellent. You mentioned the River Rock Casino and how it was formerly a market. Do you see a lot of changes of that sort along the river here?
Yeah, I mean that was more location than anything else. It was in the middle of nowhere, and not enough people knew about it. Same thing happened here in New Westminster at the Westminster Quay. It's called Quay, and now it's the River Market. I think it's called the River Market, but I haven't gotten that down quite since it's always been the Westminster Quay for me. And that changed. I don't know if it was for the better or worse, because they used to be neat. They had all the little tiny stores and things like that. And it's not as vibrant as it was when I first started to come up there.
Certainly.
Yeah.
You mentioned changes in infrastructure over the last 23 years. Do you have any feelings about that? Do you have a relationship with the waterfront?
Yeah, I have a relationship with the waterfront. I know that things can really get screwed up. Of course, now the fisheries department is very adamant about keeping the river in good shape, and you can't just build on the side of the river and expect nobody to notice. The same thing happened where we live in Finn Slough. It's a case of somebody wanting to come in and tear that all out and build condominiums, and the folks that live there got together and created societies and stopped the work on that, because basically a heritage area, and also it's salmon enhancement area and all this sort of thing, and you can't just walk in and destroy it. There's several places on the North Arm that's happened, down in the lower part there, where they just came in and did it and took the consequences. It's like people who want to get rid of a tree. They'll cut the tree down and pay the $2,000 fine, and it's not good.
Any particular high points or low points with the job?
No, it's been pretty steady. I've enjoyed it all the way along. As I said, I do work on yachts, do repair on yachts in my off time. And there was a few years I didn't work here. There was a gap of 6 or 7 years, and then I came back part-time.
All right, well, thank you very much. I think that's all the questions I have.
Is that it?
Yep, perfect. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.